This problem is a vector problem, but it's really masked in a triangle, non-right triangle problem. What they're doing is we're saying let alpha be the angle between units A and B, and A and B are just vectors. So here's a vector A, and here's a vector B. What they're doing is express AB in terms of an angle alpha, but the secret to this is what's special about A and B? There is something they're saying is special. The magnitude is what? 1. The magnitude of A and the magnitude of B are 1. Why? What is it in the problem that says the magnitude of A and magnitude of B is 1? Yep, that little statement there does that. Okay, now we're going to express A minus B and A plus B, and the way we're going to do that, and these are the magnitudes, the way we're going to do that is this angle between them is we're going to call alpha, like that. Now, we're going to clone this one, move it up here, and we're going to clone, actually I don't need to clone A, but I do need to clone B a bit again, and then I'm going to flip it around so it's pointing the other way and go this way. This is minus B. All right, so here's B minus B, A and B, and then this is A plus B, and this is A minus B. So I'm going to write that down, A minus B, right? A plus negative B, and then this is going to be A plus B. That's the purple. Would you say B is parallel to B? Would you agree with that? What's this angle right here? What's that angle? Alpha. It's the same as that. So what would this angle here in green be? If this is alpha, 180 minus alpha. Yeah, a little bit of effort there, but we got it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this triangle right here. And then I don't know if this color is going to work. It's not great, but you can see the second triangle. I'm going to draw these two triangles. This first one has magnitude of A and magnitude of negative B and magnitude of A minus B. And then there's an alpha in between. Now tell me what the magnitude of A is. How long is this vector A? 1. How about minus B? But it's the absolute, the magnitude of it, so what is it? Still 1. So we can use the law of cosines. And with the law of cosines, what we can say is that c squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of c, where c is straight across from a. Or I'm sorry, c is straight across from c. These two, here's side c, here's angle c, they're across from each other. So apparently, the magnitude of AB, this squared, is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine of the angle between those two, which is alpha. How are you doing? Going okay? Now, we know that A has a length of 1. So this is going to be 1 plus 1 minus 2 times 1 times 1 times the cosine of alpha. Can you see where I get 2 minus 2 cosine alpha? And if I take the square root of both sides, I'm going to get a minus b is equal to the square root of 2 minus 2 alpha. What do you think, Max? Is that all right? All right, now let's do the other part. It's a little wrinkle to it, but it's not too bad. Now let's do the other triangle that looks like this in yellow. This is B, this is A, and this is A plus B. And this angle here is 180 minus alpha. Okay, so here goes. A plus B squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine of 180 minus alpha. And what's A and B again? 1. Okay, so this is going to be 1 plus 1 minus 2 times 1 times 1. Tell me about the cosine. Here's alpha. Here's alpha. What is 180 minus alpha, or this angle here? How does the cosine, which is the x part, compare to the cosine of this one? Do you get that? That's the crux of this problem. Is the cosine is opposite for 180 minus. Here's alpha, and then here is 180 minus alpha. So this is going to be negative cosine of alpha, which does what to this sign here? Negative 2 times negative will be positive 2 cosine alpha is A plus B squared. Take the square root of both sides, and there you get the other one. So those are your two answers for part A. Wow, that was a lot of work for part A. And then part B, all that you're going to do there is put your answers. So this was square root of 2 plus 2 cosine alpha, and this is going to be 3 times square root of 2 minus 2 cosine alpha. Could you solve it from here? Try it. So to solve for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to square both sides. And don't forget, you got to square the 3. So change that 3 to a 9. Then when you multiply through, and then put the cosines on one side, 2 cosine plus 18 cosine is 20 cosine, 18 minus 2 is 16. So solving for cosine alpha, which is the goal, should be equal to 4/5. And that is what you're trying to find, is the cosine of alpha.